friends! Welcome to Chat and Read with Tara. How are you doing today? So, as you know, it's springtime, and you know what that means? Well, it actually means a lot of things, but one thing it means is that a lot of animals are born in the spring. Human babies too, because guess what? In the last week, it was my birthday, my son's birthday, my grandmother's birthday, and my niece's birthday. 1 week! That's a lot of cake, but not too much cake. Animal babies are really, really cute to see being born. And one of my friends is raising little baby chicks. And guess what? Her chicks are born. She shared a video of the babies being born. How cool to see a little baby chick come out of its shell. They're so cute. But how do these little babies get out of their eggs? They use something called an egg tooth. But what's an egg tooth? It's a weird sounding word, right? What it actually is kind of like a little horn thing at the end of the top of their beak that's really pokey. And it's strong enough so that they can poke through their little membrane to get extra oxygen, and then they can poke through eventually their shell and get out. And then after they're born, they sleep, because it's a lot of work to get out of an egg when you're basically no days old. And then that little tooth egg falls off. I mean, that egg tooth. Tooth egg? Egg tooth? What did I say? The story that I'm going to read to you today, not about a chicken actually, but about two other birds, duck and goose. This book is written and illustrated by Tad Hills, and it was given to me by one of my friends. So thank you, Kevin. He calls himself Uncle Perfect. Either name. I hope you enjoy. Duck and Goose, written and illustrated by Tad Hills.
What is that? Duck quacked.
That's a silly question, Goose honked. It is a big egg, of course.
Of course it is an egg, I know that, huffed Duck. What I mean is, where did it come from?
Goose looked skyward. He looked to the river. He looked to the fields. He thought very hard.
Who are you?
He asked finally.
I, said Duck, puffing out his feathered chest, am the one whose egg this is. I saw it first.
Goose quickly raised one webbed foot.
It's mine. I touched it first.
Hey, you should never put your dirty foot on an egg, Duck scolded. Don't you know anything about caring for eggs?
Yes, I do,
Goose cried out.
Stop yelling,
Duck yelled, then whispered forcefully.
Don't you know that you and your screaming are very likely disturbing the baby bird who is trying to take a snooze inside this egg?
Goose wished the duck wasn't right. He lowered his head and whispered softly,
I'm very sorry. Go back to sleep in there.
My, that's quite a beauty you have,
called the bluebird from across the river.
Thank you, it's mine, quacked Duck.
Actually, it's mine, honked Goose. Thank you.
So, asked Duck, what do we do now?
We should do something, suggested Goose.
Yes, you are right. Good thinking, agreed Duck. Like what?
Duck and Goose each thought. Duck thought,
this egg is private property. Duck's egg.
No geese allowed.
No honking. $5 fine.
Goose thought,
if you are a duck, keep walking. No ducks beyond this point. Quiet, please. Absolutely no quacking in this area. Well, we must keep the egg warm until the fuzzy little occupant is ready to come out, said Goose.
Excellent idea, exclaimed Duck. He pushed past Goose. Step aside and I shall do just that.
But Goose was quick too. After a flurry of fussing, grunting and groaning, slipping and sliding, honking and quacking, Duck and Goose found themselves back to back.
Scoot over, I don't have any room, complained Duck.
Oh, you are much closer to me than I am to you.
Stop yelling in my ear, Goose.
Shh! Goose hushed, pointing at the round thing beneath them.
Yes, we must remember. Quiet, quiet, quiet. We mustn't disturb the little one.
And so they sat, very still and very quiet, waiting. For a long time, they waited. They listened to the crickets chirp and the frogs burp.
I am going to teach this baby bird to quack like a duck,
Duck boasted.
Well, I am going to teach it to honk like a goose,
Goose honked back.
I am going to teach this baby bird to waddle,
Goose added.
So am I,
Duck said. They heard the pitter-patter of the rain.
I'm going to teach this baby bird to swim, Duck said.
Me too,
Goose said. To pass the time, they sniffed wildflowers in the warm sun and shared breadcrumbs, while Goose taught Duck to honk. They watched the sun set in the sky, and Duck taught Goose to quack. They counted the stars in the night sky.
Let's teach our baby to fly, said Goose.
Good idea, said Duck. I'm sure our baby will be a fast learner, said Duck.
If it takes after you and me, I'm sure you're right,
agreed Goose. Together they waited until...
Did you feel that, Duck?
Duck nodded.
Yes! Oh, did you feel that, Goose?
Goose nodded.
It's time, Goose! It's time!
Duck squawked. Quickly, Duck slid down and started running in circles around their egg.
Oh, what should we do now?
He hollered.
I think we should remain calm,
Goose yelled back.
Excuse me,
a little voice called out. Duck stopped. In all the exciting confusion, he had failed to notice the bluebird kicking their egg.
Can I play too?
She asked.
Play? This is no time for play, yelled Duck.
This is no time for games, yelled Goose. And what's with the kicking?
Oh, I was only trying to get your attention,
said the little bird.
Well, you got it,
Duck huffed. False alarm, Goose. Back to work.
Can't you see that we are very busy here?
Goose explained to the bluebird.
This is serious business. This is perhaps the most important moment of our lives.
Oh my, I am sorry, apologized the bluebird. I had no idea. I just thought that maybe I could play with your ball. It really is a nice one,
she added, and then she flew away. Goose gulped.
Did she say ball?
He whispered to Duck.
You know, I did have my doubts,
Duck finally said.
It is a bit squishier than most eggs I've seen.
Yes, and I must say I was somewhat suspicious of those big dots, Goose admitted.
It may not be an egg, but it is lovely, said Duck.
"Oh, absolutely, Duck," Goose agreed. "It's a keeper."
As the crickets chirped, the frogs burped, and the grass swayed in a gentle breeze, Goose quacked and Duck honked, and the ball bounced, rolled, and sometimes even flew.